German Defence Minister Thomas de Maizière has long been one of Chancellor Angela Merkel's inner circle, one of her most trusted cabinet members. Now his job is on the line for something he says was not his fault. In summer 2011, de Maizière posed confidently with a model of what was to be Germany's first surveillance drone, the Eurohawk. When the test version was presented in Munich in late 2011, the builders were just as confident. They touted the Eurohawk as the multi-purpose surveillance craft of the future.
It can be deployed for natural disasters, border patrol operations, maritime surveillance, chasing pirates, and all kinds of communications and security for major events like soccer championships. It has many, many potential uses that go far beyond military ones.
But none of that is any good if the Wonder drone isn't approved for European airspace. The 15-ton unmanned aircraft with a 35-metre wingspan reportedly lacked an adequate collision protection system, and it would cost too much to add one on. The minister scrapped the whole project, thereby tossing €500 million already spent on development out the window.
When costs threaten to get out of hand like that, we'd rather just pull the plug.
It may be a bit late for that. It seems the problems were already known at its presentation in 2011.
It was definitely clear by late 2011 that it could only get the approval if costs of more than €600 million were added. Then, at the very latest, the minister should have pulled the plug and not just let the problem slide for a year and a half.
De Maizière has a reputation for reliability, thoroughness and discipline. He has stated that he looks at both the whole picture and the fine details. So how did this detail slip past?
Reality is a complicated thing, and the realities in the field of military hardware are especially complicated. All the more reason why we need a thorough and objective accounting of the Eurohawk project, and I've taken personal charge of this task. I'm sticking to my course of action, and soon I'll be reporting on the entire development of this project. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing more to say on this subject at the moment.
In less than a week, de Maizière is to appear before the Defence Committee. Until then, he has no comment. Meanwhile, the Defence Minister is feeling the pressure.
I think the criticism that he, of all people, someone who's always tried to do his job well and selflessly, has made various errors along the way. That's where it hurts the most. Whether that turns out to be true remains to be seen. But I think the charge that he acted carelessly or selfishly or deliberately made mistakes has affected him very deeply.
Chancellor Merkel named de Maizière, a doctor of law, as her chief of staff in 2005. At the time, she described him as one of her oldest political friends. In 2009, de Maizière was appointed Interior Minister, the position he'd been aiming for. But in 2011, Chancellor Merkel needed a new defence minister and tipped her old friend for the job. He hadn't wanted it, but he took on the task anyway.
I respect Thomas de Maizière not just for his brilliant intellect and his exemplary sense of duty and responsibility, but above all for his policy making on the basis of solid values. His thinking starts with the human being, and he keeps his eye on human beings, on their problems and concerns.
I think he's where he is because he's absolutely loyal. And I don't mean loyal in the cheap sense. I don't mean he never disagrees no matter what. I mean that he's decided this woman is the chancellor, and I want to help her be a success. And so behind closed doors, I'll speak my mind openly, and in public, I'll defend what we've agreed upon together as a matter of course. In this sense, he plays a key role because there aren't many left like him.
De Maizière has appointed a 40-member task force from his ministry to find out what exactly went wrong on the Eurohawk deal. But the opposition parties aren't willing to wait for the results.
We're beginning to wonder who is actually in charge of the Defense Ministry, if he needs 40 people to investigate these urgent questions. You start having doubts that the political leadership is really in control of this ministry.
The defense minister will be obliged to break his oath of confidentiality when he testifies to Parliament. He has to answer all the questions completely. Given the amount of cash wasted, there's little chance they'll be satisfied with a token apology.
One of the high flyers in Merkel's cabinet is now hitting turbulence. The Eurohawk has taken a hit and might go down in flames. The big question now is, will Defence Minister Thomas de Maizière crash and burn right behind it?